Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Linda Popke. We had a fascinating and fun conversation today with our guest, Julie Fry. You're going to want to listen to the entire episode. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And you can go watch every podcast we've ever done in nearly 7 years on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle.
So Julie, we had a fascinating discussion. So I really recommend everybody go and listen to the entire podcast. But Julie, what you do is you're kind of like a matchmaker, right? You connect podcast ghosts with podcast hosters. So tell us, how do you do that? Because there's millions of podcasts out there today. How do you figure out how to get the right people in front of the right podcast?
Yeah, it is a bit of art and a bit of science, but ultimately it really comes down to we're working on behalf of our clients. And so depending on, I'm getting a little feedback there. Are you guys? Hopefully not. Okay. So it really comes down to what the goal of the client is. And so based on that and who their ideal client is. So let's just say, for example, that you're a sales coach and your ideal clients are businesses that are service-based providers in all sorts of industries. So chiropractors, spa owners. So we take that information and then we go out and find podcasts in those different categories that take guests and that meet our specific criteria of do they have enough of a following to have it be worth the while of the guest to go on the show. So we have our internal processes, and then we have our research methodology to make sure that we're matching the right guests up with the right hosts so that everybody wins. The host gets a great guest that really can deliver value and inform or inspire or educate their audience. And then the guest has a great experience of getting in front of a brand new audience that now gets to learn about them. And if they resonate, we'll hopefully connect with them, grab a free resource, or book a call with them.
Which leads me to my question, and one that we talked about on the podcast. I got to believe that there's still many a small business owner, entrepreneur who says, I don't even listen to podcasts. I don't know why anybody would want to talk to me or hear me, or how is that even going to help my business? How would you answer that? And how would you also tell them that it's in their best interest to have somebody like you help them get on the right podcast?
So being a guest on podcasts is another marketing strategy. So there's a number of different ways that we can market our businesses. There's going to networking events, there's speaking, there's social media, there's paid advertising. There's all these different ways. And so where we found it works best, at least for the clients that we work with, are business owners or thought leaders that really benefit by having time to share their story. So share why they started their business, what is the problem that they solve for their clients. And the average podcast interview is, say, 30 to 45 minutes. So that is a ton of time. And almost all podcast listeners listen to at least 80% of the episode. So that is a lot of time that you are spending listening to the guest and the host talk and, kind of increasing that know, like, trust factor. So I think it's a really unique way to grab your ideal client's attention and really engage with your target audience. There's a ton of other benefits as it relates to evergreen marketing. So search engine optimization, if you're going on shows that have show notes, they'll link back to your website, which gives your website a little bit more Google juice to show up higher in the rankings. Getting in front of new audiences that don't know about you. I mean, that's, as a business owner, that's probably a number one problem, that you just getting in front of new folks. So that's a big one. Establishing your credibility and your authority in a space by going on podcasts, that you're making connections and you're establishing your thought leadership. So those are just a few. Obviously, it's a great way to increase your email list. So if you have some sort of free resource that you can share with the listeners, they can go to your website and sign up for it. And now they're on your email list and you can stay in touch with them and nurture that relationship. So lots of different great reasons.
Lots of great stuff there. And I encourage everyone again to go watch and listen to the entire episode so you get more of that great stuff. But Julie, thank you so much for being a guest here. If people want to find out more about you and how they can get in touch with you and learn about your services, where should they go?
They can go to yourexpertguest.com. And we do have a free resource there that's a checklist. So if you are going to be a guest on a podcast, it's just a great handy printable checklist that you can download and print and have handy to make the most out of your next guest appearance.
That's fantastic. And speaking of podcasts, which we do every week, make sure you check out all the replays on our podcast, which is shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle, wherever you get your podcasts, which is iHeart, Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, because Dan, we are
ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. And you can follow us on our show's social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, Julie, thank you very much. We certainly agree with you. People should be on podcasts just like this one and just like you were. Thank you for joining us. Linda, as always, thanks to you. Everyone, please do what Linda said. Go like us on our Facebook page and then watch us live stream the entire show every Wednesday at noon. We're on that Facebook page. We're all of the different platforms that Linda mentioned. Our next show will be on July 20th. So please join us. Until we see you again, be healthy, be prosperous, have some fun, listen to podcasts, because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond, and